Hi everyone, it's Angel on Mima. So this is just a quick uh, scientific astrological ancient information about this upcoming conjunction which is taking place tomorrow, and it's Venus conjuncting Pluto in Aquarius, both of them at 0 degrees. And this is very important, and it's been a while since this conjunction has taken place. And what role does it play in our life? It's This is the most practical example of let's have peace. Let's show the whole globe, the whole universe, the whole world love. This is like enrooting the beginning of authentic relationships and the destruction of anything that is fake, because Pluto is going to get rid of that and starting afresh. When it comes to Aquarius, remember it's the dawn of Aquarius. We are already in the system, in that era. And even though the ruler planet is transiting in Taurus right now, and it had a conjunction as well with Jupiter. So this is where the whole thing comes in. See that relation. The Jupiter one is conjunct with Taurus, with the Uranus in Taurus. It's all about money, finances. Remember, Taurus rules the banking, and it's Venus, ruled by Venus. But at the same time, it's all about, let me not confuse all this. We go slowly by slowly. It was, as I said yesterday, go big or go home. It's the blessing will come either in a big number or it's going to shut everything and destroy it. So what happens here is upcoming, that is tomorrow, it's already there, the energy, the sextile which is going to take place also with Venus and Pluto. Again, Venus now, it's like trying to have a new beginning, something to do with the future, or enrooting, setting a foundation. 0 degrees is like neutral, setting a foundation for deep love, new beginnings, and at the same time visions when it comes to the future, because Aquarius rules also our future. And when you look at that conjunction, which it happened in its transit form, where Uranus is transiting in Taurus, which is also ruled by Venus, where it rules money and our minerals and all these things. That is why I was urged to do that project with gold, because it comes from the ground. I'm a Venus person. I'm Libra, ruled by Venus. And that conjunction which happened, Uranus and Jupiter, it's what comes from the ground. And surfacing it up to create finances, which Taurus rules finances. Then you either, as I said, it blesses you into a big, it becomes your big blessing, like a big profit if you go for contracts and such things. And that is why I was, sorry guys, I'm tired, it's almost midnight in Wiesbaden. It's like you're going to get a bigger profit, and the deal will be, it's like you're going to, it's a stroke of luck, like you're going to be lucky on it. But at the same time, when you look on the other side, Pluto is about to eliminate and give you a new way or a pathway. It's trying to clear a way out. That's why humanitarian, because Pluto, Aquarius is humanitarian. So this can be humanitarian at a large scale, and that is why I said most people collect, the leaders of different countries collect materials and transport them there. I'm so sure even airlines will be very kind and give room for transportation, cargo, for humanitarian. And this is why Aquarius rules the ether. This will happen. So there will be too many flights towards like dropping stuff in Egypt, back and forth, back and forth. It's because of that conjunction as well. It's going to instigate it. It's the authentic love. People will give out of love to help, and helping, remember, as I said, it's aqua. That's the sign. But with 0 degrees, it's neutral. Like, I'm doing it with a clean heart. I don't expect anything in return or any favor in return. Should someone try to do this so that they can get favor in return, what happens is Pluto is going to diminish and destroy it. The moment it shifts to the 1st degree, whoop, it's coming straight to you in person, and it will destroy whatever you have taken out of spite, out of deception and such thing. This was also the time, when we look also deeper now, be very careful. This is a conjunction which a true love will appear in your life, but at the same time, you're going to have extremely controlling and possessive and jealous women who will want to take power, but they will not be able to control. The reason is just because they want that position. It's like something is meant for you, for example, but somebody else will be fighting to have control over this, whatever endeavor you are about to do, so that they can have it. I just saw a text message. My brother is asking me, are you asleep? He wants to call. My older brother is in Ireland, Eddie, aka Ahmed. And I'm recording. I can't even answer him. We talk tomorrow. I say I'm off weekend. Okay. He's off for the weekend, so we can talk tomorrow. Yeah, that's better. Because right now I'm recording. I can't communicate. Anyway, so what's going to happen is you will have people who will be very envious and they will want that position which is yours. And when they're given, they will not be able even to perform. Why? Because it's more like activation of gifts. Venus rules also personal gifts, talents. And everybody has their own gift. Maybe you are a very good cook, for example. And whatever you cook, even a simple meal, it tastes very delicious. And for that, someone is going to like give you an opportunity. I want you to be a chef somewhere. And then we have somebody who has a degree in pastry or in cooking and went to cooking school and graduated. But whatever they make, it's not like how you make it. So this person is going to do everything at their disposal to get that position of yours. But in reality, it's already meant for you. And it's because you have that natural gift. It's that X factor in you that will drive you to get that position. But there will be women, because it's Venus, women who will be fighting to get that position. And I will give you an example. And please don't come here and choke me with your community, the Orishas. When it was Shango was with Oshun, and then there was a second wife. I forgot the other name of that Orisha. And because she was cooking well and Shango loved her food, and she was like, what is the secret of your meal that he prefers yours more than me? And she lied. She lied that I always cut a piece of my ear and put in his meal. It's my body part. He eats, and that charms him. And unfortunately, the other wife went and cut the whole ear, and she cooked it. Nothing happened. And she was always covering herself now with scarf because she didn't want the husband to know that she cooked the ear so that she can get more love from the man. It was more like a spell. And unfortunately, it was a trick. The love was for them. He chose like, he has 2 wives, but his main love was Oshun. And I'm telling you, I don't want to see that Oshun dramas here, because you will be walking like a peacock all over and flooding my page with your BS. It's just an example. So that's exactly what's going to happen. Like, you're meant to be in a position, or you're meant to be with someone, but there will be a group of jealous people or a jealous woman who will want to take what is yours and will go to an extreme. mile, just maybe to destroy you or do anything to get what is yours. But trust me, this can't be taken. And Pluto is slow in moving, but the moment it reaches 1 degree and somebody tries to play dirty right now during the sextile, they're going to ruin their entire life. Their Venus is going to be shut off by Pluto. And the reason why this is going to happen is because of that envious part of it. So it's like elimination. And you know, Pluto is death card. It destroys everything. So that is just a quick intro, but it's a very good relation. People who are born normally with this type of conjunction, they always end up to be extremely passionate when it comes to love. This can be people who can express their love even in words, like in writing, very good poets, and they're the people who will always spread love. Anywhere they go, they're like a magnet. You can't resist them. They're always like a magnet. So it's more like Venus at its finest. But this is the best. It's like you're getting the right person, but this person who is coming into your life first will eliminate, because Pluto doesn't like competition. So what they, and I don't mean the person, I'm talking about energy-wise, planetary aspects. It will destroy whatever is on the path for it to dominate. So that kind of energy. But I'm telling you, women will be a source of a lot of envy, jealousy, and because Venus is more like an element of feministic sign, but the other ones will always want to be like that Venus, that type of energy. So yeah, I expect a lot of dramas, especially from women, and evil eye. This will come also from men who have a lot of water planets. Men who have a lot of water planets, which means their chromosomes are more feministic. It doesn't have to be like gay, and don't even work with them, but it's more like men who have a lot of watery planets, they are emotional. So they easily get triggered by emotions and become jealous. Okay, so something that I wanted to tell about the past life and ancient information that people need to know. In 1781, that was the time Uranus was discovered. And when you look at the birth of Uranus, there is a T-square, which that time Pluto was transiting there, and it had a T-square in the early degrees. This triggered a lot of rebellion, a lot. And as we jogged back then, you remember when I was telling you the story of 1778 when Pluto was entering Aquarius, and we have the George Williams and George Washington, where they had a clash. They were calling him the Mad King, and he lost almost 15 states. And so many things happened, including the king. George was already married to Catherine, and he had another lover, because he was kind of playing around with women. As I said, his weakness was women. And he chose like he had Anne, and she ended up being pregnant. But before she was pregnant, he wanted to annul his marriage with Catherine, but the church refused. And because of that, this aspect triggered him to want to take power of the church, because back then the church, as I said, was a powerful position in England. And he didn't, it's like whatever the Pope says, and the Pope was following the religion by the book. But he wanted to be more like a bigamy, and there was no way he could run away from that, because Anne was already pregnant, and he didn't want the child to be out of the bloodline, as in like a bastard kid. So he had to play dirty, rebellion, and he made sure the constitution was passed in his government, in his seat, and the Pope, that like the church, he became like the leader of the church who can make the final decision, and withdrew the power of the Pope. This happened exactly during that time. And it is the T-square, whereby Pluto had a T-square in Uranus, within Aquarius, as in when Uranus was born. And that was the rebellion of the King George, where he twisted the authority of the Pope in his church, England, and he made himself extremely powerful. So he made decisions for himself and had a secret wedding with Anna. So such things can happen. There will be a quick twist also of someone drop authority, like because somebody wants things their way, they will break the law through rebellion secretly and with a secret alliance to suit the law, to suit their own need, so that they can slide in and get away with what they have done. So this can happen, but the problem is there is Venus. With that was back then in ancient time, this happened. But this time, this conjunction with Venus, the sextile, Venus is extremely powerful too. And Venus will like call out, hey, no BS. Even though there will be an overpowering woman, maybe someone is extremely in love and they will want to break their marriage, break the law, do something just to please their woman, the universe here will step in. The universe will step in, and that will be impossible to happen. So when Uranus was discovered, because it was during this time when George was extremely powerful and very rebellious, and then they said, okay, we're going to name this the Georgian planet after George III. But after some time, they changed it and passed it to the Germans now, who dominated because there was a very powerful astronomer in Germany, and he will decode so much information, and to honor him they had to twist the name from Uranus. The planet Uranus, they gave the honor to Johann Elert Bode, and as in he was an astronomer, and that was when it was branded Uranus 84 years after. And it takes for the Uranus now, for Uranus to go around its to finish its own cycle in the solar system, it takes 84 years. So you can imagine, sometimes it's you're born and you can die when Uranus has not even finished its normal natal cycle in your own birth chart, because it's one of the slowest. It takes almost 20 years in maybe one planet, so it takes time to move. And this is the only planet that spins perpendicularly to its solar orbit plane, the only planet. That's why there is always something weird about Uranus. It's always something weird about Uranus. The other thing which happened also when this conjunction took place, this rebellious energy, we are going to see it right now. We have seen already people are going on strikes, and I did say they can even escalate. And it's all about finances, Venus, finances. And I'll give an example. During this, back then, in the 18th century, this conjunction triggered a huge revolution. And this revolution was ending human business, which is slavery. It was ending they fought tooth and nail to find the slaves stood up. We don't want to be sold anymore. And there was a huge rebellion, because Uranus is Aquarius, which rules masses of people. That's why we see the demos, people are going in big numbers. And back in 18th century, that is what happened, because people were attacking one another, and it had to be in a way that they had to stand up for themselves and the revolution to take place, ending slavery, even though it was not easy. And when you look at back then, when it was time, I was just checking, even I posted a video about Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Islam. when this conjunction also happened, as I said, 00, the beginning, Venus is like the rebirth of coins. So we are going to see in the next maybe 6 months, I will say, the talks will take place now. When this clicks, the sextiles, the talks will start to take place. And what is about to happen, we are going to see different countries are going to talk about a change in currency, maybe the features in their currency, and even introduction maybe of new coins, new notes, denominations, and all that. So currency is going to be playing a big role now when it comes to this conjunction, because what happened in, this is the most oldest I could tap into, the most oldest. In according to the, because I confirmed, and my guys were like, no, they made a big mistake. It's not 650, it's 605. In the ancient Greek time, and in the Babylons, because these are the people who had that knowledge of money. They created coins. And it started, first of all, it started in 605, but according to the history, I checked quickly, in the Greek says it's 650. According to the, because they're not even sure, but I'm told, it's, my guides confirmed to me, it's not the 650 BC, it was 605 BC. That was the birth of coins. And these coins were born in Babylon. The first ancient civilization where they created coins is in Babylon. But according to history, if you search, you will see they're saying it's Greek during the era of the king of Croesus of Lydia, and the money they found a name for the money, and they were calling it the Lydians, which were coins. They were no notes, just coins. They were calling it the Lydians. But in reality, the real money, the formation of money, it originated in Babylon, and it started as shekels. It was called shekels, and they were manufacturing coins. And this went as far as when traders were trading in the Arab Peninsula. And now during the time of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Mecca was one of the cities where trading was also booming so much. This introduction of coins came there, and they were naming it dinar. It turned into dinar. The Arab Peninsula named their coins dinars, but the main place where it started was in Babylon, and it's shekel. Why all this? It's because, as I said, the connection of Venus and Pluto, that was the revolution that took place where barter trade stopped and people started to introduce money, and that is where it started. The Jews were very good in business, and they were more advanced, and they had that hidden knowledge, strong, quote unquote, from the Kabbalah, of course. That's why it was more secret. And they shared it with Greeks, who had also their own empire. Of course, we know Greek and Egyptian empires were also very close and similar in so many things, information-wise. So it was these old empires that they had this knowledge. But the first coins were being created by the Babylon. It was created in Babylon, called shekels. And then now the Arab Peninsula started also to copy that norm, because now it was the new form of business, the end of barter trade. And the revolution which came in was the introduction of coin, which is Venus ruling money. And that is also exactly what you have seen, which has happened. The conjunction of Uranus and Jupiter in Taurus, which rules finances. So this is the revolution of introduction of money, the ending of slavery, but that was part to part. From 605, it came to 632, when also the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has passed away, but they have already started to use money. And then it came to 650, where the Greeks now officially started with the Lydians, when the king was a female and created that, and they called the Lydians, and then it spread all over. It was this conjunction that is happening tomorrow. The sextile and the one which has also happened. Has it happened or? Uranus, Jupiter, yeah. Uranus, Jupiter. Just 2 days difference. So this was the trigger, like pop. So we are going to see banking, a new form of cash. I've already seen they've introduced, I think in Hamburg, people are getting cash. I think it's from Social Amt, Visa card, cash money, something for refugees. Such kind of new introduction, new ways of money like generating finances or a form of payment. So it's like refugees are not getting cash direct, or they're just given like bank cards which has already money inside, something of that sort. And I've seen they've started, I think in Hamburg, I saw it in the news, or they're about to start it for refugees. So such kinds, it's this conjunction. You see now history keeps on repeating itself, but it gets refined. It gets refined. It started with the introduction of the finances, coins, then it got better, the renaming, and then it got even better, the changing, because with the Lydians, it had even label. The queen's face was printed on that coin. And then it changed. We had now money, like notes and different currencies. People can trade not only with one currency, but different types of currencies. And then we have now cards, plastic money, we have modern banking, and it goes on and on until now we have such kinds of payment. Like recently, the recent one is what I just saw, and then I was like, okay, it's all making sense. It's the same thing whenever this conjunction happens. If you look back from way back in the 605 BC, that is the time when the prophets were active. But the same conjunction comes back, it refines. Whenever it happens, something new comes in. Something new comes in. So that's what we're going to see. A new form of payment will come, introduction of new currencies, and the value denomination and all kinds of things. So expect that because of that Venus sextiling Pluto. A revolution, and especially in Aquarius, a revolution, but refined. History repeating itself, but so much refined. I don't have much else to explain, but I will just say this is the time authenticity plays a big role, because Pluto is about to change. As I say, it's revolution, self-revolution also. This is a time you can manifest whatever you want and say, I want to be a better version of myself. I am thinking of starting something that will make money for me. Of course, depending on other aspects of your chart. Maybe you have a difficult aspect. If you can't talk, there's always a remedy for any difficult aspect. You can ask astrologers to help you around. But the main focus here is what I just told you. Be very authentic, because the universe will test you before it will bless you. Your loyalty is either gonna be blessed, as I say, Jupiter and Uranus suddenly, or it's about to ruin you suddenly. And when Pluto shifts to 1 degree, that is when it will wipe you clean. Whatever you earned in the wrong way, everything will be taken away. This also, another example I'll give you, it's when the King of England was extremely powerful. He went to an extent like taking the power of the Pope in the local area, where he is the kingdom, so he can make the decisions because of covering up what he has done, the law to suit his needs, because he wanted his Katerina out and wanted to have the Anna, and he managed to get what he wanted, but the damage is he ended losing a very fierce war in USA and lost 15 states. So this can be that you will have a temporary win, but a permanent loss. So be extremely careful. There will be a temporary win, but a permanent loss. Don't be envious. Just practice attitude of gratitude. This is the time you will see it manifesting in real life. If you're going to be satisfied with the little you have and wait for your turn, keep manifesting, it will work. That revolution, it is going to happen. You're going to see changes when Pluto moves to 1 degree. If you have been doing the bad part of it, you will have a temporary win right now, but once the Pluto moves to 1 degree, you are finished and there is no revival. So please be very careful with what steps you're going to take next, because it's all going to define what is going to happen to you, the next move Pluto will make, because it's going to be your self-destruction or self-revolution. And until then, bye. I think that's enough for now.